Hello everyone, hope you all are doing fine. So before moving on with the empathize or empathizing with the user, first let's talk about the topic on which we will be building a project for the resume or on the topic which we will be doing during this whole series. So let us design a mobile sales app for a food truck. We have already looked on the products or the application like Zomato and Swiggy. So a basically a same or a similar product we will building for this series. So now before starting with empathize, let's discuss the design thinking process. So it consists of 5 stages, basically empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. With keeping this in mind, let's move forward. Empathize is the ability to understand someone else's feeling or thoughts in a situation. So, to know what a particular person is feeling about a particular application, we have to conduct an interview to know about what the basic demand of the users are with that particular application. So, the key point that we have to keep in our mind is that get written consent to record the interview. Recording the interview is an important part so that you can review or revisit what the things or what are the questions that I have asked or what are the responses of particular user has given to the application or what are their opinion about that application, and no important part or important point has been missed out. Script interview questions. Scripting interview question is as important as making a list before going to a grocery store. Because we often, if we do not create a list, we end up buying things which are not necessary and often forget an important key ingredient of the whole recipe. Collecting supplies, gathering foundational research, research the user, build a report, thanking user for coming. So collecting supply, gather foundational research is important because it helps us to know what are the questions we have to build or what is the basic layout of what the application will be providing to the end users. Building report, thanking user for coming is a good etiquette and it helps the users to know, okay, I have given review about this application and they are thanking me that I have participated in, and it helps the users to know that, and for the future building, like if you are providing a good or behaving good or showing a good side to a person, it is a thing that he or she will be returning to same to you. Gather basic details, follow interview etiquettes, ask open-ended questions. Asking open-ended question is a very important step because often people ask questions like, did you like that application? Was it worth it? So the user basically realize, yeah, yes, or no, it wasn't like that. And the user is not able to express his or herself. So remember that in UX designer or as a UX designer, it is equally important to know what's going on in the user's mind and what are their true opinions. Are you not conveying it, or is it biased, or are you like dominating over them, and are they shy, do not answer, or too open end? These are the important things that you have to keep in mind while preparing for an interview, as these things, small things, add on to the project, and it's helped the users to build a better product. Highlight completing codes, document observation about participants, consider recording interview. Recording interview So basically about this part, so basically there are two type of interviews. One is the basic one which we have all gone through, like in our job interview and all, which is live one-to-one interview. And the another one is the record interview, in which we send the link and the recruiter or the person on the other end simply goes through a recorded video. So basically US designers, we pick up 5 to 8 people who belong to different backgrounds. So it's not likely to all of them have or take out time at a particular scenario or a particular date. So conducting recorded interview is way better option for us. Like we can easily send them the link, they can record the video, go through the application or simply tell us what's on their mind and all easily. And we can review it on our own without a hurry of the pace or and one more important thing, that recorded videos are way easy to handle and it gives us an way important hold on the first point that we have discussed, like getting written consent to record the interview. By sending recorded video, the person or the participant is only giving us the consent that yeah, you can review or I have sent you the recorded video. So it's basically kills two birds with one stone. So moving forward with that, empathy maps. So an empathy map is an easy understood chart that explains everything designers have learned about a user. So empathy map is basically a thing that a designer develops on its side. An empathy map basically has four squares that addresses what a particular user says, thinks, does, and feels. Let's think about basically the library website. So basically I have written a library website is because in this whole series I will be showing you about developing a UX design about a food truck, and on your end you can either develop a food truck or you can build your own project about a library website. So moving forward with that, let's take Amit, which is a user, and he says, I wish that it was easy to book reservation or to order food at restaurants. Thinks that it's frustrating to be in queue, wishes that he could just pick and go home. Does goes to restaurant and order food item, sorry, I have made a spelling mistake here, feels it's waste of time waiting for our order. So this is what an empathy map has been prepared on the designer's end about a user who is Amit. Now moving to the types of pain points. So basically there are four pain points in which all the scenarios of users pain can be compiled to or can be compressed to. The first one is a financial pain point. It's often that you have gone through a good application but it's cost a lot, or you cannot pay for basic expenses to use that application. It is useful, but the financial cost that's added is the major drawback about it. The second one is the product. We have gone through a product and it's not user friendly. And the third one is the process, like you have gone through a for a reservation or you want to reserve a hotel, and the site first, before showing you the list of hotels or the rooms, it's asking you to fill up all the details like your email, your phone number, your credit card number and all beforehand showing it. So it is a process pain point for the users. And there is a fourth and very important one, the support system. Like if I turn off the comment section of my YouTube channel and you want to convey me, like in the previous slide there was a spelling mistake about food or a similar thing, or you want to ask something or you didn't, or I am not able to clarify a doubt in this video and you want to ask, and I have turned off the comment section, so it's a support pain point for the user. So all the thing I have uh, said earlier, that all the pain points of the users can easily be defined in these four things, or these 4 points. Now let's move on and let's see the example of Amit. So Amit's pain point were basically considered into two parts. One was the product that couldn't order food online and book a reservation for the same. And it is considering the product because the product isn't in the market. The second one was the process. He didn't like the process that he is doing. The only way to order food for him was to go to the restaurant and wait for his order to be made or to be cooked. Now moving on with that. So moving forward with the persona. So personas in UX design are frictional users whose goals and characteristics represent the users of a large group of users. So I will repeat that persona or personas in UX designers are frictional users that represent real users' need or goals or characteristics. So with that note, let's move forward. So here's basically the template which most of the people use to develop a persona. So in which the persona name, age, education, family background, and occupation is listed with a relative code or relative personal code that captures the persona's attitude and personality, the goals, the frustration, and a brief story or scenario that conveys the person's user's journey, highlights their goal, frustration, and other relevant content along with a picture of them. So, like that, we know that a persona is a frictional character. So, a frictional photo is here. We can simply put an illustration, a drawing, or something of a person that represent that. Okay, like you can see that photo and you can imagine the person. Like okay, she looks like that, she comes from background like that, and they represent a major section of the society. Like you can seeing the whole persona or seeing the whole template, you can relate to a person or to a majority or group of person. That's what the basic come out of this persona is. So let's move on to the example, and that will clarify a lot of things which I am saying basically. So Amit, he is age of 17. His education is high school, come from Tamil Nadu, lives in a joint family and is currently unemployed. He says that I don't know how to socialize easily, so I mostly pre-order my food and it's comfortable. So by that note, we can know that yeah, Amit is shy person, one introvert self. So let's move on to the brief summary or the brief description about Amit. So Amit is currently doing his high school. He comes from a rural side and currently moves to town for educational purpose. Here he has come in contact with electronic gadgets and have developed quite a liking to it. He faced social barrier due to recent immigration in town. So he mostly order food. So he has to interact less. Amit's goal in life is to pass high school with flying colors, get into IITs, and help the world to be a better place. And the current frustration about Amit is he is a teenager who can't focus for long. And we all have experienced it in our teenage. Electronic gadgets are distracting and he don't know how to manage time properly. So now we can imagine that what Amit is basically showing us, or basically This persona is showing us about the information about the people of the age group of nearly 17 and what they are going or what is going into their life. What are their goals, or what they can be dreams, or what is frustrating, or what achievements they want to gain in their life. So moving on with this to user stories. A user story is a frictional one sentence story that told from a persona's point of view to inspire and inform designer discussions. User stories deepen our ability to connect to users' need. So basically, user story is made from persona's point of view, from the frictional character that we have developed, which is being represented a majority part of the real life societies or the groups. So let's look to the formula of user story. So basic formula is as a role, I want to action so that benefit. In this formula, the role is refers to who, action refers to the what, and benefit refers to why of our society. And an example to is it, this is the like as a busy professional and a single parent, I want to have locally cooked meals delivered to my home so that I can offer nutritious meal to my child without needing to cook. And with that note, you can easily understand what a user story is. Now, building on the user journey maps. So, a user journey map is a series of experiences a user has as they interact with your product while they want to achieve a specific goal. So, yeah, keep an important point like this is not an empathy map, this is a user journey map. And user journey map is the experience that the user has while going through a product. And user journey build off the personas and stories you have already created. They help you think and feel like the user, which is super important. If you can't put yourself in the user's shoe, you cannot be sure your design will really help them. So user journey map is basically the layout that has been provided to the designer to know, okay, what is the user is been going through in a day-to-day life and what is his or her demand, so that a better layout of the application can be developed or a better useful product can be come to the market. Now with that, this is the basic template for user journey map, and let's look, give it a pause and look at this example of Amit, and you can easily comment down that I didn't understand or what. So we can look into it, or I can make a separate video, or I can simply comment down and easily answer to your query. Now move on to problem statements. So problem statement basically who is a who, needs what, because why. It's quite confusing to look at it this way. So let's look into an example of Amit only. So Amit is a student who loves to eat outside, who needs to easily book food items in advance because he don't want to waste time standing in the line for his order. He just wants to go there and pick his item. So a problem statement is defining whole scenario of Amit, what he wants and who is he and what he wants and why he wants. Important question, why he wants it. So a problem statement helps us to establish goals. An effective problem statement tells us what the user really needs. Defining the goal clearly and concisely gets everyone on the design team on board and focus on the same thing. Problem statements helps understand constraints. We want to know what's keeping user like Amit from satisfying their needs. Problem statement helps us create benchmarks for success. And with that note, we have come to the end of this video. And in this whole video, we have learned about empathizing with the users, empathy map, persona, user stories, user journey map, problem statements. And with that note, see you in the next video. Hope you all do fine.